I'm gonna go through all the monsters and just basically see what all their um, jump speed, item spawn.
him up!
I'll take it.
Oh, no, you don't!
Guys, stop!
You know what? I want to read them. Turn that off for right now. I'll turn it back on afterwards. Okay. Extras. Titans. Gorgon.
Alright, here we go. An epidemic
embodiment of primal rage and beastly strength. Despite its lumbering appearance, it is quickly rushed down its foes in a fistful of destruction. He is thought to be the another fictional beast in Kaihan's folklore. Back then, his tales were once used to scare children to go to bed early. However, today, news of his undying rampage turns into a bravest man pale with panic. His infamous with his reckless behavior and untamed temper. We've heard stories of how he punches could send shock waves through the earth, even from far firearms simply bounced off of his rocky skin. Capturing him remains not nigh impossible. Okay, okay. Oh my, hell no, I'm not reading all that. Woolly, okay. These fluffy giant, these fluffy giants are more commonly known as the Yetis. The R&D team is currently studying this particular one and has named it Woolly. These creatures live together in herds and prefer the colder climate due to their thick fur. Their tiny blue claws don't seem to hunt for food, but and have no offensive capabilities we know of. There are only remarkable qualities being high temperature, high their hyper elastic belly. We've seen them mold their own when defending against other titans. Most attacks seem to just bounce off of them. In their eyes, it seems like the attack was an investigation. Okay, to play. In any case, they're completely harmless to everyone. But the question remains: how did these docile creatures manage to survive in this dangerous world of hostile titans? The nickname Extinction Dragon, and famous for his tendency to vaporize the entire cities in a single attack. His presence alone could subdue a less dominant titan. Oh wait, you could read their. Okay, last sighting 2020. Last sighting 2018. Last sighting 2009. Okay. Alone subdued the less dominant titan. It's as if he is some kind of king. a king, soldiers often feeling a crippling chill down their spines after witnessing the green ghost fire that appears whenever he is nearby. At least he's rather slow moving, which gives us a head start to prepare for his arrival. Unfortunately, nothing in our arsenal has managed to put a scratch on his armor. We've tracked him down many years, but in of nature it makes him difficult to study. However, throughout Southeast Asia culture, we found numerous traditional art pieces that resemble his appearance, all to clues of Tebek Island and his current place of residence. It will be a while before we have the firepower to do anything about it. Thank God I'm on assignment to do paperwork. Gigaman. First debut 1980. Wait, what? The veteran hero returns to deliver the swift justice of Titans who dare invade Japan. Although he's gone a bit out of shape from retirement life, he continues to be feared from his blinding speed and reckless combos. The GDI has spent decades studying his abilities and tracking his true identity, but to this day, nobody knows who he actually is. Is he actually a giant human or a man-shaped titan? We do know he can talk and is quite the show off. Civilians often race to film him unleash his flashy acrobatic combos. Every time he hits something new and awe-inspiring, which sparks hope and fearless pride along the locals. We were only able to extend our influence into the Japanese government after his abrupt retirement several years ago. Now he's back. We should be prepared for possibly changes personality. I'm just happy he's on our side. The Great Devourer of the Overlord. I don't know why I said Overlord. The Overlord, the Tyrant Slayer, the Nightmare of Tebek. These are mainly titles associated with this cunning mollusk-like titan. Although it is the form of an unusual slug, it carries a massive skull behind its back, hunting its darker past. It is known to stalk in the jungles of Tebek Island, preparing on the weak, consume it and devour. It's quite intelligent and capable of strategic thinking. We've seen it utilize its skull as a sort of chess piece on the battlefield, often outmaneuvering and trapping its targets. Gruesome as it sounds, it even has fangs behind its eyes, giving it a deadly edge in close-range combat. We've also heard it release some kind of poison gas to dip situation. I suppose the best advice we can offer is, well, good luck, soldier. One of the first Giga Energy powered mech suits created by mankind. It is purposed to built by atomic tech to take down the toughest titans with a great sword. On its first impression, we thought that chunky blade would be too awkward to handle, but we were quickly proven wrong when we saw it loosely cut into a titan armor and sent them running home. Despite its brutish appearance, we think it's packed with cunning-edge technology. We have multiple reports of conjuring lightning strikes from the sky. Our scientists say it's a result of sending ambient giga energy around its sword. whatever that means. I just hope our R&D team will roll out something as powerful as that soon. For now, that Titan hunting mecha remains one of a kind. Equipped with Picer-like claws and hidden cannons specialized in medium-long range assault, this trickster can easily overwhelm its enemies in a hell of Giga energy infused projectiles. Rumors say it was a runaway experiment from our R&D team at Area 51. We heard rumors that the eggheads there were trying to make a Titan hunting machine, though it seems to be a nuisance more than a hunter. In all our encounters, it has completely wrecked our team, no thanks to the weaponry. It even went as far as taunt us when we were defeated. In legal teams, it's still properly owned by the GTDI. However, recapturing it proven to be difficult. It's about time someone brought in the big guns and bring to stop its nonsense. Natural rafts. Okay, Rona. I forgot to see what they're. Okay. First sighting 1960. First launch 2019. First sighting 1983. First sighting 1960. Natural rafts manifested as an ancient monarch of Tibet. They say she blesses her loyal subjects with fruits and shelter. All they have to do is give internal servants to their queen. Considering the dangerous living conditions on the island, I'd say that's a pretty good trade. She is unusually calm and composed compared to other Titans. We've documented, however, she'll display her true wrath on anyone who threatens her empire. Our scouts report seeing an army of smaller plant-like creatures and a massive behemoth patrolling around her territory. Let's hope full-scale war against her army would be a pretty bad idea. Zyra. Sentient, first sighting 2020. Sentient, aware, and ever watchful, a living masses of giga crystals serve as the gatekeeper of the undiscovered secrets of Hollow Earth. Although they are rarely come to the surface, deep earth mining would sometimes prompt a hostile reaction to them. Their giga energy readings are off the charts. Their presence alone can cause manifestations in our giga energy based experiment. Weapons. We've seen it lit up our equipment and throw them around like without.
Am here.
Okay, thanks. Without even touching them. It'd be a neat magic trick if they weren't so violent about it. Though Titans are usually one of a kind, we have many reported encounters with these creatures from everywhere around the world, suggesting that there are thousands of them living right below us. It is mankind we're
are going to play.
Cover the mysteries of giga energy and Hollow Earth. We might just have to go to war with these monsters. That said, I don't see us winning by any chance. A particular looking building that known to show itself whenever giga energy is most concentrated. Some of us think it's alive, but it's considered that this building monster as a Titan feels strange and uneasy. And as it feels, okay. We cannot verify if there were more of them at this time. One of our scientists named it concrete as a joke. It's stuck, and now the term is used to categorize all the seemingly sentient buildings. We've also noticed the exact building in the background of all the Gigaman battle recordings. It's as if watching him intently. What are its goals is how to do they relate to the veteran hero. We usually find it dying in the middle of the densely populated districts, acting just like a building with people walking in and out. We can't risk doing anything rash when that might provoke it. I guess we'll continue to observe it for now. First sighting unknown. Okay, that's all the main monsters, and then the DLC monsters. Last seen in Godzilla vs. Gigan, Japanese release, 1972. Gigan is a cyborg kaiju sent by aliens from M. Nebula who were aiming to conquer Earth. It controlled from Godzilla Tower, found an amusement park operated by M. Nebula aliens. Gigan was a singular visitor-like eye, a horn on its head, a single beak like mouth, and two sharp claws called hammer hands. Its most notable feature is its bone-like bladed buzzsaw located on its abdomen. Last seen in Godzilla vs. Destroyer, Japanese release 1995. Almost 70 years after the first Godzilla, a new incarnation of the monster arrives and threatens mankind's existence. As Godzilla look changes according to each era, its look in Godzilla vs. Biollante in 1989 features a smaller and more predatorly looking head with a sleeker and more powerful body. By the end of Godzilla vs. Destroyer, Godzilla won a deadly battle against Destroyer. However, the costly victory caused Godzilla energy level to become so overloaded that Godzilla finally melted down and perished in the smoke. Mechagodzilla has a new origin story along with different abilities in each new film. However, all incarnations are created in the hopes of being the ultimate weapon to use against Godzilla. In this incarnation, nicknamed Kiryu, an anti-Godzilla weapon created by the Japanese government by using DNA from the skeleton of the original Godzilla, every part of its body functions as a weapon, posing as a real threat to any of all its foes. Last, as seen in Godzilla vs. Destroyer, Japan released 1995. What was the other one? 2002. When the Oxygen Destroyer was successfully deployed against Godzilla in Tokyo Bay in 1954, the unexpected side effect of the sudden oxygen depletion was reactivation of the microcircular organisms that had been buried in the bay since pre-Cambrian times. Decades later, these dormant cells are exposed to the atmosphere during the concentration of the undersea tunnel. As a result, they quickly grow, combine, and further mutate in this way, and they gradually evolve, growing larger and more destructive as each stage until they are formed into a singular creature resembling a terrible perfection of this perfect form. Its weapons include the Oxygen Destroyer Ray, and the Verbal Slicer after Destroya inflicted heavy injuries on Godzilla Jr. Godzilla ferociously unleashed a series of destructive attacks that, along with the self-defense force barrage of gunfire, were finally able to take it down, Destroya. Ultraman. Origin: Land of the Light, Nebula M78. The Science Special Search Party (SSP), also known as the Science Party, is responsible for investigating mysterious and unexpected phenomena worldwide. But human technology cannot always stand up to every danger, especially giant monsters and villainous aliens from the stars across the stars. Everything changed when an alien of justice from Nebula M78, also known as the Land of the Light, came to Earth while in the pursuit of another space monster. After crashing with SSP member Shin Huakti, Ultraman merged his life with Hataru and descended to stay as a fight for the peace of Earth. An alien species of advanced intelligence with destructive cry fo 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 fo. It is various defective abilities such as multi-shadow cloning, teleportation, and changing its body size, earning an infamous title of Space Ninja. A dangerous experiment by a mad scientist destroyed their home world of planet Blatten, causing 2.03 billion of them to roam in space. In the search of a new place called home, they eventually landed on Earth to repair their ship and took a liking to this planet. They decided to conquer it for themselves, triggering a fierce battle with humans. Ultraman stepped in to protect humanity, leading him to destroy the mothership lurking above the Earth, and the few who survived the battle swear vengeance on Ultraman and humanity, scheming their eventual return to Earth in the near future. Taiga's greatest characteristic ability is type change between multi-type, power type, and sky type, allowing him to quickly adapt his fighting style on the battlefield. 30 million years ago, Taiga came to Earth in Nebula, faraway, one of the giants of lights. He is the race of ultra warriors who fought to protect ultra ancient civilization from monsters and other dark forces. With the deeds done, the ultra warriors created a pyramid of light, and the land of Taiga was remained where winding to be upon at the beginning of the 21st century. Two huge monsters invaded the Golden Pyramid. Even the advanced weaponry of a global United Task Squad Guts, who were investigating the area, couldn't stop them. However, Dega United Guts team member during a daring young member merged with the light remaining statue of one of the ancient Ultra Warriors. Thus, Ultraman Taiga is awakened. Since Taiga is a human of the light, Ultraman Taiga is not the only faces of threatened monsters, but is also an Ultra who moves forward together with humanity. Chimera. Chimera is the leader of the Giants of Darkness, that former lover of Ultraman Taiga before he chose the light. She uses her grateful body and skillful will to whip and let's force to defeat any who oppose her. 30 million years ago, after her defeat during the civil war between the factions of darkness and light, her comrades turned into stone statues and the ultra ancient ruins of Rola. She was later awoken by ancient during the afterlife expedition in the 21st century. Now she seeks out her former lover, intending to lure him back to Ruin City and turn him back into Taiga Dark. Oh, so she's evil. Okay. Well, kinda evil. I really don't understand. I have to watch the show to understand it. King Ghidorah, also known as Monster Zero, has brought terror to Earth from the depths of space with its fearsome heads. It first appeared in Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, 1964. Each colossal horror heads of the ability to blast destructive lightning bolt like gravity beams, capability of tearing through the skyscrapers, like its massive supersonic wings can create powerful shock waves in each flap, while giving it a ability to fly. Whenever the king of the monsters confronts King Ghidorah, it leads to an epic clash, often with Godzilla receiving aid from the other Earth kaijus. Even former adversaries have been known to ally with Godzilla out of the sheer survival instinct, highlighting the immense threat posed by this three-headed behemoth. As humankind poisons Earth with industry waste, a dangerous threat arises. Hedorah, also known as the Smog Monster, is an alien life form made of extraterrestrial minerals disposed on Earth via a passing comet. When exposed to pollution, the minerals came alive as an exudate sludge. This toxic kaiju developed through the several stages, starting as an internal stage resembling the enormously large tadpole, and its aquatic stage and landing form where Hedorah would crawl a flying stage that sprays clouds and smokes, and final perfect stage that stands taller than Godzilla and can match the king of the monsters blow for blow. In this final form, he can spit adistic sludge, throw mud balls at its enemies, and even shoot Hiram Ray from one of its eyes. It is also revert to its flying form at the will, allowing it to escape attacks and surprising ability. Few foes, however, provoked as challenging for Godzilla and humankind as Hedorah, and the horrific kaiju continues to remind us of the cost of industrial irresponsibility. Okay. Robot of Justice Against Kaijus, or ROJAK for short, is the world's last squad of mighty warriors. Mission defeat. Okay, I'm done reading at this point. I'll read it more later. My headphones are charged, so